class here. My name is Francis, and today we're going to discuss what we call the perfect tense, or the so-called the past perfect tense. So this is very important when talking about what had taken place earlier or what had not taken place. For example, you can say in English, we had not listened to the song. So we had not listened to the song. Remember in the previous lesson, I showed you how to say we have listened or we have not listened. So this one is talking about what has. That is the perfect what has, but for today it is what had taken place, what had not taken place. So how do we form the perfect tense? So this one is formed from the imperfect tense of the verb haber. Remember, in the perfect tense it was the present tense. So the imperfect tense of haber is different from the present tense. Remember, haber we said is to have, but we don't use this one when showing the possessive form. We only use tener for the possessive form in this case. So we say that if the past participle and the perfect tense, if you master those ones, you're going to find it easy to do this one. So this is había. So in the previous case it was a, but this is había, which is I had. Then you go to the second, which is habías, you had. Había, habíamos, habíais, habían. So you do the same because you know the order in which the subject pronouns come. So this is he, or she, we, you, and they. So that is the first step. The second step now is now using the past participles. Let's pick a verb like cantar, which is to sing. So the next step is doing what? Copying these ones the way they are. So I'm going to have había up to había. Remember, they're usually 6. So the second step is copy the past participle the way it is. Do not change anything. So the past participle of cantar is cantado. So I have había cantado. We know that cantar is to sing. So había is I heard. So cantado is sung. So our meaning becomes I had sung. And you do the same. You're going to add the alas. Habías cantado. There. Ha cantado for he or she. Hemos for we. So hemos cantado, we had sung. Habíais cantado, you had sung, but for many people. So basically, that's how you're going to form the perfect tense. You can use any past participle because you already know how to form the past participles. But let's give an example. Let's talk about this case. Juan no había llegado. But this one is not usually very complete. So Juan no había llegado. John had not arrived. Había llovido el día anterior. So había llovido el día anterior. So it had rained the previous day. So basically, that's how you're going to form the perfect tense and also make some short sentences as you learn how to make long sentences. You can also come up with a question from the same. For example, someone can ask you, ¿has abierto la tienda? ¿Has abierto la tienda? So have you opened? ¿Habías abierto la tienda? ¿Habías abierto la tienda? ¿Habías abierto la tienda? So had you opened the shop? So habías abierto la tienda. So had you opened the shop? Then you can say, sí, yo la había abierto. Yes, I had opened it. So this la will represent what you call the shop, to avoid repeating the same noun, because that is the listener and I already understand that we're talking about what you call la tienda, which is the shop. Maybe the last example we can talk about mi abuelo me había llamado. Mi abuelo me había llamado. My grandfather had called me. So this is very important, and then you find that sometimes it's not complete. So you need to include like what you call el presente, no, el pretérito indefinido. Pretérito definido. For example, you can say cuando llegó Miguel. Cuando llegó Miguel, ellos habían salido. Cuando llegó Miguel, ellos habían salido. So you're showing two tenses. The pretérito indefinido, which is the simple past tense, and also what you call the perfect tense, the present, the past perfect tense, the past perfect tense. So when Miguel arrived, they had left. When Miguel arrived, they had left. So this is very important. So you can connect it with what you call the el pretérito indefinido to show a complete sentence. So I believe that you're going to understand this and then you're going to put it into practice. Adios.